Welcome to Revival Town Podcast. I'm Chuck Tate. That's Andy King.
You doing all right, mate?
I'm doing great.
I just realised something. All right, let's bring that down a bit.
Yeah.
I forgot to do something. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. We're going to go to there, and we're going to go, boom, change the background.
Oh, hey, look at you.
Look at that. Hey,
Man.
hey, you. You doing all right?
I'm good.
Yeah.
How are you?
Yeah, good. Doing good.
Yeah, you know, it's still hot, you know?
Yeah.
Not as hot as, our guest today lives in Phoenix, but...
Yeah, you were telling me about a comedian you were watching. They were talking about the dry heat.
Yes, so Dusty Slay has a brand new Netflix special called Wet Heat. And so I laid in bed a couple weeks ago.
And peed yourself?
Just to watch. It was wet.
Sorry, everyone.
I got nothing. Yeah. So I was going to watch this. I saw this little bit about a wet heat. I'm like, what's this? And because he's fairly clean.
Yeah.
You know, so I laid in bed and was just going to watch like 5 minutes of it. I watched the whole special. But so his bit about being a wet heat is he talks about, you go to Phoenix and everybody says, what's a dry heat? It's dry heat. Well, it's about 150. It's hot. But he starts talking about, you know what? He's used to a wet heat. All right, you got dry heat. You know what wet heat is? It's that, but you sweat to death, and you know what I mean? You're in humidity. Welcome to, and I think he might be from Arkansas. I could be wrong, but like Illinois, we know what a wet heat is.
Oh, big time.
In fact, when you go to Arizona, if you go in July, it's monsoon season. So not only is it that really, really hot, it's humid, which is nasty. There's nothing worse. Wet heat is worse than dry heat.
Absolutely. You know, there's some days. In fact, Ethan and Peyton came home, and they had to do a golf outing for her mom and her dad and stepmom have a charity in Bloomington.
Okay,
amazing not for profit, and they did their first golf outing. So Ethan came home to be a part of it. Well, he's like, how do you guys play golf in this weather? Because it was that wet heat.
That wet heat. Yeah.
Man.
Oh, and it's nasty.
Oh man, but he's a good comedian, right?
Yeah. I think I told you that he was asking people to share about the Netflix special on Instagram. So I did. I just did a story.
Yeah.
And put it all together. Added a couple of his catchphrases like "We're having a good time." You know, it's a hot show. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know. And he wrote me, and he's like,
Really?
"Hey, this is great." He's like, "Thanks, man. Thanks for doing this."
Oh, that's cool.
It was
And he's
cool.
friends with Nate Bargatze.
and John Christ. They've all been on a podcast together, and Nate Bargatze, he's blowing up at the moment. I mean, he's producing a film that comes out.
Mandy Moore is in it.
Yeah, it's called The Breadwinner.
Yeah. Wow. Look at you with the names.
Hey,
quick.
come on, we got a
Whoa.
breadwinner today when it comes to leadership.
Oh,
see what I did there? Come on. Yeah, come on.
Oh, that's all we got. Thanks.
But no, Josh Andrew, not Andrews, but Josh Andrew has been on the podcast before.
Yeah.
You have been on his podcast.
Yeah.
And this is just a really good episode.
Yeah, he's started a new church in Arizona, Phoenix.
Phoenix
that's
area,
why we were talking about the dry heat. And but didn't he say last night? The night before we recorded this, it was 123.
123.
No.
Yeah. I mean, that's when a dry heat is like getting a blowtorch in your face.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It don't matter that it's a dry heat.
Yeah. So why don't you sit back, relax, and enjoy this conversation with Josh Andrew.
This podcast is part of the Edify Podcast Network. Edify is a faith-inspiring app that brings together thousands of the best Christian podcasts in one place for your listening enjoyment. Cut through the noise and grow your faith by diving into the world's top Christian podcasts today. Download the Edify app for free from the App Store or Google Play, or by going to edify.app. That's EDIFI.app.
All right, everyone, it's time for another conversation on Revival Town Podcast. Our guest today is a church planner and podcaster, Josh Andrew. He and his wife, Lexi, launched Valley Church Phoenix alongside pastors Chris and Connor Moore, and he's also the host of the Conversations podcast, which has reached listeners in over 50 countries. Josh is passionate about building strong leaders, strengthening the local church, and impacting his community for Jesus. Josh, it's so great to have you back on Revival Town.
So great to see you guys again. You guys are, I feel like we're friends by now. We have to be,
right. And since the last time, you have become a dad. Congratulations.
Sure, you know, that's probably one of my favorite titles. It's so fun. It's the new one, but it's absolutely amazing. We love Beckham.
Man, well, we're happy for you guys. And since the last time you were here...
Whoa, what's going on there?
You put something down in it. I don't know what happened.
For those who are not watching right now on YouTube, Chuck's camera has gone absolutely crazy.
Mind.
I feel like I'm at an EDM concert.
What is it? I just put my iPad down and it went all crazy on you.
I don't... Oh, there we go.
There we go. All right. Oh,
yeah, I don't know. It just...
Back
hilarious.
to normal. Woo!
That has never happened before.
Making me dizzy.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
Yeah.
But
me too.
Yeah, I thought, man, I'm going to be doing the podcast on my own.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, tell us, Josh.
Yeah.
Fatherhood. What is it like? I mean, are you enjoying it? Is it?
Yeah.
What are the things that you perhaps weren't expecting that have happened?
Yeah, that is a great question. I think something that I absolutely love about it is obviously, I think almost immediately I felt a responsibility and a weight. And I feel like I love that. I know sometimes people don't. And sometimes when people feel weight, they like to run away from it. I'm kind of weird in ways where I like hard things. And it has obviously been the most beautiful, amazing, like most love I've ever felt for a human in my life. It's really hard to explain if you're not a dad.
Sure.
But truthfully, it is. It is so special. He doesn't like sleep, so we're figuring that out. But just simple, even that though, like I don't sleep and I still have responsibilities. I got to wake up. There's people that we are responsible for. I have a wife that I'm responsible for loving and serving, and he does not care whether I get sleep or not, and neither does the world. So there's a level of you just kind of have to continue to push on and persevere. But at the end of the day, it's the milestones, the journey. He's 6 months old, and I feel like he literally was born yesterday. So it is seriously the most beautiful, amazing thing. This is one thing that I did notice, though. I don't know if you guys felt the same way. There was so much negative connotation around parenthood, around just wait. Once you have them, say goodbye to your sleep. And there just seems to be like a negative connotation on it that I just refuse to live. Where I was like, that is not who we're going to be. Amen. Even if it's hard, it's still amazing and worth it. So that's just a couple things that I'm thinking about right now.
Yeah.
Love it. Yeah, I know I'm sure it was for you too, Andy, but no matter what anybody says, it doesn't prepare you. Once you are holding that baby, it is game on, life-changing. Mm-hmm. Someone who's not a parent you just have to experience it.
And you know what as well is it doesn't change when they leave the house. Like I've got two boys that are married living in LA, and now granted they've got their own responsibilities now, but there is still this inside of protecting, even though I'm not in LA and I'm not there, and you know what I mean, that love never goes away to be that protector carer. It's just different now, you know what I mean. And so you got a great journey ahead of you. It's not a bad journey at all.
No.
Not saying it's easy either, but that's okay, because that's how God created us, to be able to take the good with the bad and be able to really love on these kids that He puts in our lives, you know. So
yes, absolutely. And I look forward to going to U2 concerts with them. You know?
Oh, come on. There we go.
That's what we need.
Especially at the Sphere. It's really
yes.
good.
Yes.
So come on, tell us, last time you were on, I think you were about to go to LA, and then God had other plans. Obviously, you were there for a time, but God had some plans. Tell us what has been happening in your world.
Yeah, 100. I mean, it's been a journey for sure. And I think just something you obviously, in my experience, I oftentimes don't learn the lesson until the season's over. Like in hindsight, I go, oh, that's what I needed to learn. That's why God brought us to California. That's because oftentimes he didn't say like, this is exactly why I need to go to California, because we had job offers at a lot of churches across the country. Even we're thinking about moving to London, and because London's always been on our heart, and we're like, man, maybe this is the time we're going to London. And nothing just seemed to have wind behind it, where I could have definitely gotten hired, but it didn't really feel like God was behind it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, we just felt like our best friends lived in California. We were about 45 minutes north of LA, pending traffic. It could be 3 hours. My gosh, it is crazy. But we lived there for a year, and we really didn't do anything. We sat down, and we had pastors who did not care inherently about our gift. They cared about our marriage and our longevity and our health and our friendship. And it was something that I didn't think I needed initially, but in hindsight, I 100% needed that. We went through a huge season in Omaha of hurt and disappointment and loss and grieving our dreams and our life that we thought we were saying yes to. And I personally was very unhealthy, and I didn't know it because I could hide behind church, and I could hide behind leadership, or I could hide behind position. But California really caused a sense of purpose, but also rest and refreshment. I don't know if this is refreshing to you guys, but we were on 90 combined flights in 1 year of living in California. So we traveled a ton, did a lot of business stuff, and we knew someday that we would end up living in Phoenix, and we had no clue that it would be this quick. It just kind of happened. It was just, honestly, going from Omaha to California, it like built that muscle in me where I knew God was doing something, like he was stirring something in us. And something about California, I was on a walk with our dog, which is usually where God speaks to me, weirdly enough. And I was like, oh, I think we're done here. Like, I think the chapter just changed. And we moved here 14 months ago, and to plant a brand new life-giving church in Central Phoenix. And it's been a wild ride. This Sunday is our 1 year anniversary as a church. So we have tons of things to celebrate, and it's obviously been a grind. It's my wife and I's third church plant. So we've done this for a minute now. I feel like I've done pipe and drape the last 10 years of my life. But other than that is really what led us here. Is we took a year off of ministry. We took a year off of platforms. Anytime even our pastor would ask me to do an MC moment or hosting, I would feel like I'm not supposed to. So I just said no to everything. And I just sat and rested. And I am very thankful we did that.
My goodness. Well, is there, right off the bat, is there one defining lesson you've learned about leading in people?
Yeah, that is a great question. I think right off the bat, thinking about leading people is what you just said. You're leading people. You're not managing people. You're not requiring people to follow you. You're not expecting things out of people that you're not doing. And I think oftentimes we skip past the word leader because it's just used in church and podcasts and books. But really, like, defining that, what does that even mean? Like, I think if you're a leader, that means you have followers. And something that I have to do all the time is turn around. Like, is anybody actually even following me? Right. Is there actually influence on what I'm doing? Not on Instagram, not on a podcast, not on YouTube. All that stuff's amazing. And making sure the people that are in our local context actually know who we are and actually love us and are actually serving with us. And I think Jesus said it himself, that he did not come to get served, but to serve. And I think that's what I'm trying to do. It's what Lexi is trying to do. It's what our team is trying to do at Valley. Is we're just trying to be, I say it, a CSO, Chief Servant Officer. If you can do that, if you can serve without being seen, you can serve without bad motives and just weird pride and ego in there, I think we'll do just fine.
Wow, that'll preach right there.
Yeah. What have been, obviously you said you're hit in 1 year. What have been some of the wins for you this year?
Yeah. I think being being a church planter, I think you have to do a really good job of telling yourself wins, because you get punched in the mouth a lot.
Yeah.
Whether that's a contract, whether that's a leader that you love and you poured your life into that left. I think there's just a perpetual state of going, God, what are you doing right now? And what am I grateful for? I think in our season in Omaha, I didn't do a great job of just sitting in the moment and embracing what I'm actually grateful for. And to be honest, we have some of the most amazing leaders on the planet, like not in a comparison way, but just what a blessing it is to have such an amazing team. Lexi and I have 7 director couples that report to us that lead departments and functions of the church. And it's just so fun. It's just fun to build church with people who are so brilliant. So again, it's a grind, but it's a gift as well. So I think the year of rest in California taught me a lot. But the year of planting a church in Central Phoenix, by the way, it's like 123 on loadout. So that's a whole nother journey. You got to bring 2 pairs of clothes because you sweat through them. But no, I think it's just been fun. It's been beautiful. It's been hard. I feel like I've grown a ton. And I think every single day it's a new lesson. On top of that, doing business stuff and content stuff, like there's a weight to my calendar that I'm very aware of that I have to be so protected of just being burnt out emotionally, physically, spiritually. So yeah, it's the practical things that us 3 all are very aware of that we never graduate from, which is rest, refreshment, leading out of an overflow. And if I don't do that, I won't last long.
Yeah.
Well, so I'm still leading the church that I planted 27 years ago. You are on your 3rd church plant. Is there anything, what's different about this church plant that you're in right now in Phoenix compared to the other 2?
Yeah. Well, practically, obviously, the location actually does make a difference. Like we planted in Omaha, in central Omaha, and then downtown. And we weren't obviously lead pastors at all. I'm not the lead pastor of Valley Church. We have an amazing lead pastor. We are the executive pastors. And something that I'm noticing is it's so important to continually fight for unity, for sure, but also fight for the vision and mission that we actually said yes to. I think it's really easy because we moved here. We wouldn't even launch services yet. We're still doing startup parties and meeting people, and I was getting coffees left and right. And there's just something in you. I think it's the Holy Spirit. I think the Spirit inside of you kind of gives you a check of like, this person potentially could help us short term, but there might be potential long-term effects that we're negating because we just need people. And I think if you have that word need, it's a really dangerous place to be with church planning. And I just refuse to be that person. I refuse to operate out of a poverty spirit where we just need more. And we're never stewarding and owning the thing that's actually in front of us, which is our people. So I think that's just something that I'm learning. And I do think it's very different in time, right? We did 2017, 2020, and now like this post 2020 church planning. Everybody thinks about church in a consumeristic way where they go, what's in it for me? I call it Walmart church, where they come and they just try to find their thing and just not serve, not give, not be a part. So there's probably a lot, but I think, again, finding the right people on the bus and being okay with the people. And again, it's less about where we're going. It's more about who we're doing it with. And if I can laugh with you, if we can, at 6 a.m., we're setting up stuff, we're laughing and having fun, I know we'll be able to do this for a while. But if it shouldn't feel like a burden in moments where it's truly a blessing.
Yeah, that's good. Phoenix, what I know of a lot of pastors out there, a lot of great churches. Tell us a bit about your church that is unique, perhaps, than some of the others that are out there. You know, we've had Luke Barnett on the podcast a few times. Obviously, his connection with the Dream Center in LA is huge, and so
Mark Driscoll's out there.
Yeah, so they've all got these characteristics. What is the characteristic of the church you guys are really bringing to Phoenix?
For sure. Yeah, I think something that people don't realize with Phoenix is actually how big it is. Like, it's the 5th largest city in the country. It's bigger than Dallas. And our specific county is one of the fastest growing counties in the country. Over the last 3 years, we've had 10,000 people move into Central Phoenix, right actually in the 1.5 mile radius of where our venue is, like where we're actually planted.
I read that on your church website. That blows my mind. Yeah.
Yes. And there's an additional 10,000 that will be here in the next 5. So it is it is a booming city. There's a ton of people moving in and out. So I think something that our church has done, the practical side, is there's really not a ton of churches in the actual part of the city that we're planted. I think there's a lot of churches, amazing churches in Glendale, which is a little north, Scottsdale, which is a little east. So there's just a lot of churches surrounding, which, to be honest, I don't know if is different than any other city. Like, just as much as my context of Omaha, not a lot of people do it in the actual downtown or urban area, because it's just harder, and that's fine. Hard isn't bad, but it is a reality of and you just said Dream Center. So the venue we're at, that's where Dream City launched their church.
Okay.
So we're at the same high school.
Yeah.
So I think something that Pastor Chris really ignited is he was a youth pastor for a long time, built a youth pastor roundtable with over 10,000 youth pastors in the United States and overseas to be able to build a network. So I think he is a very big visionary, but he's also an innovator. And I think that's literally one of our values is innovation is our mindset, where we're not going to be married to methods. We're not going to be married to what other conferences or people or churches do, although it's probably amazing and we can celebrate you and because you don't want to just be different to be different. I think that's prideful because something works. Great. Let's do it. But I do think there is a sense of we're trying to do something different, not to just quote unquote be different, but to reach people who are not currently going to church. And something practical that we do every single year is called an Easter 5K, because we launched and we realized there's a ton of people who love fitness and health and young single entrepreneurs who are probably making money, but heartless and soulless and lost. It's like, man, they're probably not going to go to our Easter service, but they'll go to a 5K because run clubs are just the thing right now. So it's like we started a run club, Valley Run Club, and we did an Easter 5K. Last year, we had over 300 people who didn't go to our church go to a run club the Saturday before Easter. And we got to have fun, and we had good music and a DJ, and it was amazing. We got to actually serve our city without any weird motives and truly just integrate into our community, which is what we're trying to do.
Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Wow. We get lots of church questions here. I mean, you guys are definitely doing some stuff that's really good, doing the right things, making a huge impact.
Appreciate it.
I love that idea. What are
Are you signing up for a 5K?
Yeah, I'm ready. Let's go.
Everybody was like, Pastor Josh, are you running? I'm like, I run to Chipotle, dude. That's all I can do. I'm not running for nothing.
I have to ask, what? So you said already the week before Easter. So I guess that's a good time to do a run in Phoenix, because
Yeah, you don't do it in July.
I used to do. I'm originally from Phoenix. I don't know if you knew that, Josh, but I moved to Illinois right before 8th grade. So I mean, Illinois is more home than Arizona. But I used to go back. This is before COVID. I went back and did a camp for a church in Phoenix, about 10 years in a row. And it was always July, which is monsoon season. And I just can't ever remember living there and it being that hot. I'm just like, I was so used to it as a kid. I didn't think about it, but man.
It's no joke.
It is no joke. And even though it's a dry heat, so it's the oven, but you don't sleep in the oven.
That's what people say, and I'm like, I can tell when somebody doesn't live here every day. Yeah. I don't care what it is. Last night, our whole electricity went out because it was too hot. It was 123 yesterday. That is hell. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Right, no kidding. I know. I remember it being 102 degrees at 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah, it doesn't stop.
People don't know this. I don't know what it's like in your home, but almost every place I've been to in the summer, you can't even get cold water out of the faucet. It's lukewarm because the ground is so hot.
Yeah, we can't. We have a dog, and he just we put ice in his bowl and then pour water over the ice because it's literally hot. It's like almost boiling.
Gee.
Wow.
Yeah. So praise God. Move to Phoenix. We're selling it right now.
Yeah, saving people from hell. That's what.
Yeah, I know a place hotter than Phoenix.
Oh my goodness. Well, what are some qualities? I mean, you're kind of a young guy, but you are definitely have so much more wisdom beyond your years. I mean, it just flows out of you. What are some qualities? I mean, we have lay people that listen and watch our podcast. I'm sure there are pastors and leaders. What are some qualities you believe that leaders need in 2025? I mean, obviously the church world has changed. The gospel's still the same, but what are some leadership qualities you think are really, really important?
Yeah. Yeah. Something I've been thinking a ton about, just about introspectively myself, is, man, I want to be a person who actually has, we say this word a ton, but I think we can bring a better definition to it: integrity. Like, to me, integrity, yes, it's not cheating on my wife. Let's make that clear. Awesome. But I think a more practical, bigger word is just integration, where I think what I'm striving to do and what I'm pleading with the pastors and people that I coach and talk to is you have to have integration with your church, like your local context. People need to know Josh, not just Pastor Josh, not just puts it on Josh, like actually Josh Andrew, who likes UFC, who likes football, who loves college football and loves my son and hanging out and eating Chipotle. Like, I say that stuff all the, like, in a funny connotation, but there is a level of people, there is no different Josh. And I think that's what, on the other side of 2020, people cannot stand the green room mindset. I think green rooms have a green room. That's awesome. Like, sure, my shirt's wrinkly or I need a mint, whatever. We don't have one. Our green room's our bathroom, but because we're in a high school. But it's like, I think that there's a level of integration that I'm pleading with pastors to have with your people. Have them over without a motive. Like, have people in your home not to get something out of them, not so. And again, I think this is a huge cultural difference, because there was I call it the man of God syndrome.
Oh, yeah.
Where you kind of have to be high and mighty and you're untouchable. People don't want that. And I don't care if you have a church of 100,000 or 100 or 10. Really, and again, I'm just trying to do this myself. How am I integrating Josh, my personal life, my private life, and our vocation and ministry? Like, I am trying my best to sound, even when I preach, there is not a crazy difference of my cadence or my voice, because I just want people to know I'm a human being. And I think it just gives people permission, to be safe and around you, and less tense, because we've been around leaders where you're just tense and tight because you don't want to say the wrong thing or do the wrong thing. And I think that's just something that I'm thinking about, one thing specifically.
And I think as well, and you're absolutely right, this generation spot a fake a mile off. And
yes.
I think not only a fake, but even someone who's trying to be something that they may not or were in the past but are not now. And you know, it's for the generation that you're going after, the younger, you know, the young marrieds and that type of that, they don't want it. They've seen the Carl Lentz documentaries, and they've seen all the pastors that are falling, and they see it, and that's not to slam Carl for what he's doing now, because I feel God has really stepped into his life. But at the time, when you saw the documentary, you realized he was faking it so much, and he admits to it. And I think this generation have seen that stuff to where now, I mean, and you know, I have conversations with a lot of people, and even stuff that 10 years ago was the thing. You know, you got to have the great light, sound, the shock factor. It's not needed anymore.
No, I think this is just my opinion. I'm not saying this is an absolute here. I think the seeker sensitive movement is gone, but I do think about, I was just watching a documentary about Jake and Logan Paul, which I have nothing negative to say about them, but something the person who was interviewing him said is, Jake, when do you get permission to just be Jake Paul? And he's like, I don't feel like I've been able to be Jake Paul in the last 10 years. And I actually think there are pastors who are striving to, we transition from prosperity gospel to popularity gospel.
Yeah.
And I think right now that's what's going to be sifted out in the next 3 to 5 years in pastors. is, man, how do I stop trying to be popular, even internally in my church? Because there's small town pastors who feel the same thing as the wannabe mega church pastor. Like, it's all the same. And it's the thing in us that says, I want people to like me more than tell you the truth. And I think that is something that I'm seeing. And that is something that makes me angry at times, because I'm like, man, we're missing it. We're missing it because we're trying to just gain followers, grow our churches, and we do conferences just to get more people in our buildings. And I'm like, man, what are we doing? Like, this is not personally. Again, you do what you want. I'm good. Like, I'm gonna go to bed tonight just fine with a beautiful wife and my son. Like, I love what we're doing, and I always have to make sure. I'm like, I don't want to be that guy. Like, it's just kind of cringe, to be honest, where it's like, man, just be yourself. Stop trying to be popular. Just be honest and be obedient.
Yeah. And also, I think there is an excellence, don't you think, Chuck, as well? Like when people come, for a time, there was these two extremes, right? There was everything about on stage, right? The flash, the everything there. But then there was the opposite of that, which became like a sloppiness, like, well, we don't want to be like the mega church, so whatever we're doing, it's
Anything
fine.
goes.
Anything goes. But I think there is a common ground that when people come, you want to give your best because it's for God, right? He created.
And there has to be a balance
of it all, and I think the excellence without extravagance is a huge deal. That you're giving, and like at Dream Center, we have one of our staff values, which is fill it to the brim, and the whole concept is whatever we can do, we will take that glass and we will fill it to the brim because we know God will bring the overflow. Don't try and do the overflow. Just bring your best, fill it to the brim, and God will then do what he needs to do. And I think that is where a lot of churches are in two camps. It's either the I'm going to go for everything, and it's going to be shock value, and we're going to have a roller coaster on the stage and all that, or you've got the other end, which is
Right.
They want to be so authentic that it comes across even worse, because it's like, you don't really care.
Yeah, we're not even going to use a PA system.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same thing, though. And to me, that's the same root. But you're just being the opposite. It's like, no, there's a reason why I go to Chick-fil-A more than Popeyes. Popeyes potentially is better. I'm not going to argue about that today, guys, but there is a reality to, I go to Chick-fil-A because they serve me well. They have a great attitude. There's value. There is infused values. And I think excellence is a value that has to be integrated with your team member, not just your staff. And I think that's, excellence speaks. We know that. We all love Disney because we can go and we get an incredible experience. But I don't think it's spirit and structure. And I think that's what you just said, Andy, which I 100% agree with.
Yeah, and I agree with. I think Popeyes is better than Chick-fil-A, but you're absolutely. But I don't go to Popeyes because it takes 30 minutes for me to get my food. I haven't been in months. I mean, months. Even though I love it, I love their chicken sandwich. But
so good.
Chick-fil-A, there can be cars wrapped around, and I know I'm going to still be out in 10 minutes. They're gonna move you in, out, and it's gonna be quality and value.
But they'll never try to be like a Chili's, or like, they know their focus.
They know their lane.
They know their vision. They know their branding. This is us. This is what we do. And I think that's why they've been so successful over the years. There's no beef on the menu, right? It's chicken, right? It's their focus. And I think that is another side of churches that a lot of people look at other churches that's going on, and they can get off mission very quickly because, well, if it works there, it works here. But they forget, what are the needs within our city, within our 5-block radius? What is the needs now that we can touch, and not the needs that are in LA that we can bring now to Phoenix? And that's a real big element of staying on focus for mission,
Yes. It's a scary place to live, because in the last 13 months, I believe. And I'm so pro podcast. I'm pro conference. I'm pro getting on a coaching call with a pastor that you love and you revere. You go, I want to learn from them. Do that. I have coaches that I meet with on a recurring basis. But at the end of the day, the Holy Spirit is going to give you a better strategy than all of that. And I think if he's actually called you to a city or he's called you to a church, then he's going to give you the plan to actually execute that as well.
That's good. Yeah. Well, Josh, would you, I know for a young guy, you've obviously planted a few churches and there's been obviously some uphill battle, some massive wins, right? Because that's part of the journey. But I know there's probably some folks out there that are either looking to launch a church or are involved in a church plant. Could you lead us in prayer for those folks that are in this season, just like what you are? I mean, you're only a year into this one. Could you just pray for those that may be in this world right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Yeah, Father, we just thank you so much for every single person listening to this podcast, the sound of my voice. God, I just pray specifically over every single church planner, every single person who is building and actively participating in the local church that is new. And God, I just pray right now that you would spiritually refresh them. You would emotionally recharge them. That at the sound of my voice, when this podcast ends, they're going to go, man, why do I feel so recharged? Why do I feel so equipped to do the ministry, to do the work of the ministry? So Father, I just thank you so much for what you're doing in every single person. God, I pray for the one person who feels lost or feels like they need to quit. God, I pray you would just remind them of the vision. You would remind them of their why. God, you would bring them to their own altar this Sunday. God, you would bring them to their own church altar. God, that they would sit at the face of you today. God, you would just meet them in a divine way today. God, that this wouldn't just be about building an organization or a business. God, what an honor it is to partner with you to build your church. We love you, Jesus. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Amen. Well, listen, I know that Andy's going to ask you to tell people how they can connect with you, but real quick before we do that, tell us about your podcast. What's it about? Give us a summary of the podcast and then tell people how they can check it out.
Yep. Yeah, it was interesting. 2019, I felt like there was something in me that said, I don't think pastors are having enough conversations. I think everybody has monologues, principles, or ideas that they love sharing, but not a lot of conversations are being had about things more in-depthly. So just kind of initiated that. I just started interviewing people around the concept of church, of leadership, honestly, just learning and being a person who is right in the middle of a church plant. I wanted to learn. So it's probably selfish where I'm like, I just want to learn from people and soak it in as much as possible. It's definitely evolved. Now the majority of the podcasts are actually more just me strategically talking to pastors and leaders and entrepreneurs and creatives. The people that
like Andy. Andy's been on.
Yeah.
Andy has. We had a great chat. Yeah, it has definitely evolved, and I'm very thankful for it. It has opened up. I do coaching. I've done coaching for churches, and last weekend I was actually supposed to be at a conference speaking, and I declined because my mom came into town, but it's just been really cool. I don't know. I still am just kind of, honestly, it's an amazing creative outlet for me, regardless of if I get one listener or 100,000. I think all that's amazing, and I'm very aware of the privilege it is to steward and love and serve pastors. So I think I'm just going to continue to do it until God says otherwise. I have a really bad negative story attached to this really quick though. Yesterday, guys, I recorded 6 episodes, which I never do that. I always do one a week. I was like, you know what? I'm going to record ahead of time to get ahead. We're going to New York next week. I didn't record the video quality. Oh. So it was an absolute waste of my time. And I spent like 3 hours doing it. So,
so sorry.
Well, you could throw this on your podcast. There you go.
There we go. There's my episode for this week.
There you go, man. There you go. Well, no, we're thankful for taking the time because Chuck runs a church, I run a nonprofit, and then to do podcasts and then be on other podcasts as well. We're thankful for you doing that for sure. How can people connect with you? Podcast, church, if people are in the Phoenix area, that type of thing.
Yeah, on every platform, just Josh and Andrew. I'm available there. Our church is Valley Church Phoenix. We meet every Sunday at 10:30 at Central High School, right on Central Ave. So come hang. I'll save you a seat.
Great. That's awesome.
Right on.
Well, we do the big three. You may remember this from last time where we asked you 3 questions.
Let's do it.
Chuck, are you ready for this?
I'm ready to go.
Go on then.
All right. First question is this: if you could master any skill, what would it be?
The art of conversation.
Oh, all right. Okay.
All right.
Listening.
All right. Good.
Right.
What?
Okay. You obviously were in LA a little bit, and I've been there a few times. What do you miss about LA?
The weather, the food. Those 2 specifically.
Favorite place to eat?
Oh, there's too many. I think Honor Bar is the best chicken sandwich on the planet. It's absolutely amazing. My friend Rob Osborne, which you know, Andy, showed me that chicken sandwich, and I almost got resaved by enjoying it. So go there.
You can't go wrong with Rob.
Oh, man.
No. Okay. All right, Chuck.
All right. So Phoenix has a lot of excellent Mexican restaurants, but if I was coming to Phoenix, and I'm probably going to be coming to Phoenix possibly this fall or winter, where would you take me?
Yeah.
Apart from your church.
Yes. Yeah. You got it. We got to hang when you come for sure. I would take you to Bad Jimmy's, which is probably the best burger I've ever had in my life. And I'm like, I could have a whole podcast about arguing about around food. I'm a big food guy. Bad Jimmy's is absolutely one of the best burgers I've ever had. Blanco, which is a Mexican place, but it's like more upscale and it's a good vibe, good hangs. So those are the spots that you'll find my wife and I at almost every week.
Hey,
on.
Chuck, we had that guy, the gentleman on a few weeks ago that invented the wax, the car wax.
Yeah.
Okay, we got to ask you this. Do you remember the restaurant he ate at?
I don't remember what it was called, but I think it was in Scottsdale.
Was it? And we looked it up and we're like, yeah, we're not going there.
Yeah,
Because
it
it's
was,
like
no.
he's like a multi-millionaire.
Yes.
Christian guy, and yeah, it was. He was asking us these. Barry
Maguire.
Barry Maguire
Car Wax, which is #1 brand of car wax.
Christian
in the
guy.
United States. Yep.
And we asked him, where would you eat in Phoenix? And he told us this place, and we looked it up and we're like, yeah, we're not going there.
Let me save up for 10 years and I'll take you. I'll take you.
Hey, how about a bonus question?
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah.
Go on,
Let's do it.
Anything cool in your Amazon cart?
You have to ask my wife.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
That is a great question. She always has stuff in the cart. Guys, I'm not lying. Multiple packages a day on my front doorstep, and we have a golden doodle who's a guard dog, so it's like rage barking, cause a little frustration in the Andrew household. But we're trying our best. Please pray for me and my budget.
Yeah. You might need to plant a few more churches, campuses around. Yeah. Well, Josh, thank you so much for being on to Revival Town today. We loved having you back, and we know it's not going to be the last time. Keep going, mate. We're cheering you on here, and if I get out to Phoenix, I know we'll be seeing you for sure.
We got to hang.
Yeah, let's do it.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Appreciate you guys.
Speak soon.
Yeah. Great stuff, Josh.
Thank you so much. Keep going, mate. Yeah, it's starting a church.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah, and their website is phenomenal, by the way. Yeah, I know they're doing big stuff. I went and looked, and I mean, it's already blowing up. God's using him big time.
That's good. Well, we're thankful for him to step back into Revival Town world, and we know it won't be the last. No, but you know what's next?
Phoenix is calling. No, that's someday. London's calling right now.
London's calling.
It's time for Tate and his mates.
Okay, I've got one for you.
All
You
right,
ready?
I'm ready. Let's do this.
Now, let's see. Now, last week you didn't get it.
I didn't get it. No.
This week, you ready?
I'm gonna get it.
We love to bubble bath.
Sometimes.
We love to bubble.
Not me
wait a
and
minute,
you.
Wait a minute.
Not we as in me and you love the bubble bath.
We need to wait a minute. Wait a minute. We love to bubble bath.
It's a wet heat. In the hot tub. The wet heat tub. Oh my gosh, we love the bubble bath. I know it's rhyming Cockney slang, So if this is your first time ever,
Yeah, tell them what we're doing here. People are like, what are they talking about?
Josh, why did you agree to go on that podcast? Those guys are weird guys talking about bubble baths. It's called the Revival Town Suncast. All right, so this is the part of the show. Andy's from England, as you can tell by his accent. So
What?
I'm Tate, he's Nate. And this is the part of the show where every week he says a sentence, and in that sentence is an English word or rhyming Cockney slang phrase that is familiar in England, in the UK, but not here. And I have to guess the meaning.
Yeah.
So the word apparently is connected to bubble bath. I have to guess what that means.
Yeah.
So I'm going to guess, it's rhyming.
We love to bubble
We
bath.
love to bubble bath. I know it's rhyming Cockney slang again, but maybe it's not, though. Maybe it's not a rhyme. We'd love to. I have no idea, man. I just can picture me and you sitting in a hot tub of bubbles. That's kind of weird.
Like Dumb and Dumber.
Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm kind of stumped. Can you use it in a different sentence? Besides,
Let's see. We love to bubble bath. That's all I've got. Really.
Okay. We love to bubble bath. I'm trying to think. In a bubble bath, I don't know. We love to get cleaned up. I don't know, man. Bubble bath, math, wrath.
Laugh.
Oh my goodness. Oh, how can I miss it? It was right there in front of me, just like last week with Piano Man. Come on! Holy shnikes! We love to laugh. Yeah, we're talking about comedy. Dry heat, wet heat, dust.
I couldn't have set it up anymore.
You couldn't have. I blew that one. I missed an opportunity.
Yeah.
Superfan Susan, you should be ashamed of me.
Yeah, she is.
I know.
Well, make sure you. Okay. Hold on.
Make sure you.
Wait a minute. Next week.
Oh, next week. So should we tell them who it is?
What do you think?
Well,
Should we give some hints?
Maybe we'll just say this: you need to tune in next week because you do not want to be left behind.
Ooh, that's a good one. Okay, all right. So next week, make sure you tuned in.
Oh, it's a great guest. It's man, really cool guest.
Don't be left behind.
Yeah.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That's okay. All right. See you next week. Make sure you're telling people to check us out because next week's a big one.
Next week
big
is
one.
going to be epic.
One of our biggest ever.
Yeah. Yep.
Seriously.
Yeah. One of our. Yep.
See you next week.
Okay.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Revival Town Podcast. Make sure you're following us on social media and remember to subscribe wherever you listen to podcasts. For more information, head on over to revivaltownpodcast.com.